Good afternoon. My name is Pam. Hello, fellow democracy warriors. It brings me hope to see you here again and to see that we keep getting bigger and stronger with every event. It's a great time for America. We are here because we refuse to obey in advance. I'm an activist from the ERA and Keep Abortion Legal Days. I hail from Ogden. I'm a rebel rouser and a retired social worker. I'm old and I'm tired of fighting, but I'm not going down quietly now. A war on education, science, public health, medical research, and clinical studies. Cancer touches all of us. If you have been diagnosed with any kind of cancer, raise your hand. If you know somebody that you care about who's ever had a cancer diagnosis that they conquered or died from, raise your hand. I have a unique story, but it's also all too common. I found a lump on my breast while showering in 1920. Well, we passed the right to vote. In 2013, it took me 2.5 months to navigate appointments and do all the tests and procedures at different clinics before the dreaded C word changed my life. Post-cancer patients are launched into agonizing anxiety of waiting for follow-up test results to monitor for recurrence. I had 6 years of no evidence of disease that was destroyed after finding 3 more small tumors during the next 2 years. By mere chance, I know a remarkable cancer researcher. I used my friend card to contact Dr. David Cragg at the University of Vermont's Breast Cancer Center. He went through my medical records and bolstered my courage to get a mastectomy. My surgeon from the Huntsman Center needed more current imaging before operating on me. I had another PET scan 1 week before Thanksgiving in 2023. The next night, I sat home alone and read my PET report. My heart sank and my brain went foggy when I saw the word metastasis. That rendered my surgery insufficient and shot me into stage 4 bone cancer. I cannot tolerate the nasty drugs used for bone mets. My lone hope for conquering terminal cancer is that David was just approved for a new FDA clinical trial. I eagerly volunteered and I am patient number 1. The first human subject in line for his full protocol. My focus is on what's happening to David, though. He is exactly the kind of brilliant and dedicated researcher that America needs. He represents unknown numbers of other great scientists and scientific advances being destroyed right now by this regime. David is beloved in his home of Vermont. In 1999, a grateful family set up the SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. They hold an annual St. Paddy's Day cement truck parade, isn't that something? Specifically to raise money for David's life-saving research. Many of you have already benefited from this. David developed the radio tracer technique, which quickly identifies the sentinel node to rule out any spread of the cancer. That advancement alone ended the debilitating routine of stripping out all of the lymph nodes from a woman's chest and arms, ending unnecessary misery for millions of us. Over 30 years ago, he created the team approach because he saw the need at his breast cancer center to provide all of a patient's medical needs in one site. His clinical model has been adopted by most major treatment centers worldwide, but it wasn't here in Utah, in Ogden, for me.
Today, right now.
Over 30 years ago, he led the largest FDA trial ever conducted on breast cancer. He tragically lost his oldest son to an opioid overdose at age 34 3 years ago. Ever the problem solver, he and his team are creating a functional and free public research database to help end that greed-driven epidemic. And then, effing, unqualified, rabbit hole dwelling, brainworm addled Bobby Jr. happened. David informed me a month ago that NIH repeatedly turned him down for funding. Bobby Jr.'s unethical proclamation to pause clinical trials, plus the ongoing chainsaw employment terminations, make this very grim indeed. This trial is David's ultimate quest for the cure. It's a complex biological symphony with about 40 researchers and 7 specialty labs, 2 of which are in Canada. It currently requires several months as everything is done by hand. My tissue and resulting precise antibody production is only about halfway through. I have no assurance at this point that I will get the infusions being readied for me. Of course, I selfishly still want to be the first patient that he cures. But more than that, my heart aches for David at this juncture. After 45 years on his singular mission to cure cancer, with what looks to be a cure, he might not be able to finish the trial. Even it's completely approved. Even if I get my infusion, one person does not constitute a clinical trial. He deserves a chance to prove that his protocol works. Humanity deserves the benefit if this is truly a cure. Our urgent mission is to repair the damage that's being inflicted on our democracy, our personal health, and critical institutions. Nothing seems to be stopping this national train wreck. Yet. I wish I had a clear and effective pathway to present to you to prevent the abuse aimed at the most vulnerable amongst us. We must blunt it by looking out for each other. We must stand up and protect those who are unable. We must not abandon human kindness needed to buffer this national assault as best we can. One last part of my story. How did I meet this remarkable David? It was 1971. My sister and I were traveling back home. The freeway on-ramp out of Sacramento had 5 shaggy guys hitching for a ride. David was at the far end and saw us pass up the other 4. And he frantically started jumping like this and warmed my sister's heart. We stopped, we opened the doors to her van, and they all piled in for the trip to Utah.